Joining us from Trustwave is one of the company's senior vice presidents, Nicholas Percoco. He joins us from Chicago. Nick, tell us exactly what it is you do. You basically are hired by the bank to see if you can crack the code, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. So what we do is really on the reactive side, companies go out and they hire us to try to break into their systems. And we put on the hacker hat, we spend time looking at all the various systems, and when we find problems, we show them how to fix those problems. And in the second phase of that, if we find problems that are bad enough in the environment, we'll actually go in and really do more of a finding evil type investigation, where we're trying to find the problems that may exist as far as an attacker may be in the environment that we using the flaw that we identified.
All right, and we've heard about some examples recently like Citigroup. So tell us, when you get hired and you go and you try to crack the code, is it easy? Can you get through?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's not really that difficult. Give you a perfect example. We were hired by a financial institution that had an online banking portal. We gained access to it using a Joe user account, just like any other customer would have. And we identified that there was a check imaging view feature that was in their account that all their customers can view. And by just changing some variables in the URL, we were able to view other customers' checks. And it even actually went even further by changing a few more variables. We were able to see other banks' customers' checks, and it's because it turned out that this specific financial institution actually outsourced the hosting and the providing of that online banking system.
And just out of curiosity, how long did that take you to do that?
Typically, it could be within 5 minutes, or it could be within a couple of hours. Typically, we're hired to spend a week to 2 weeks looking at environments. Now, that was a very simple example. We dig a lot deeper into the environment to find all sorts of flaws. We want to uncover everything that's possible that anybody who's targeting that organization can find, and then hopefully the organization will take it seriously and go off and fix those problems. We don't always find that they fix the problems as fast as we'd like to recommend them. Sometimes people will pull out the sort of it's being decommissioned card and say, well, this is an old system, it's being decommissioned in a couple of months, and it turns out that system may live on for a couple of years without the problem being fixed.
But look, Nick, banks are in the business of protecting money, and over the years, from time to time, banks are robbed. Can't you look at this situation the same way, that from time to time there might be a hack, but for the most part, your money is secure?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, it all has to do with targeted attacks. If someone picks a bank, and a cyber criminal picks a bank and says, we're going to target that bank just like a bank robber would. They look across the street and they say, okay, it's 4:45, the bank's starting to clear out, we're going to run in and rob the bank with a ski mask and a gun. The attackers could do that as well from a cyber standpoint. Now, it's really up to the banks in the physical world to make sure they have cameras and armed guards and all those things that are required to protect their customers' money. In the cyber world, the banks have to make sure that they have all the security technology in place to watch all the activity. But then they also have to make sure the developers that they're using, whether it's in-house developers or they outsourced it to a third party, are actually securing the systems and actually developing secure systems and not releasing something that has security bugs in it.
Nick, very quickly, how much reputational risk is there? If you're Citigroup and you're hit time after time after time and JP Morgan's not hit, is there going to be a switch? Are people going to stop using one bank over another?
I would say for educated consumers that are aware of cyber threats, and obviously in the last couple of months it's been all over the news, so I think consumers are becoming much more educated. I personally had money at a bank that was compromised. I'd be moving my money to another bank pretty quickly.
All right, Nick, thanks for your time. Nicholas Percoco of Trustwave.